All right, I have to share this. You know from the last video that I have been preparing for this meeting today and trying to prepare for defining who I am and where I'm going. Have you been there or are you there? Are you trying to define what it is that's your dream, what it is that you need to do to move forward, who you really are and what your message is to the world, what it is you have to offer? Are you at that place in some fashion, whether it's working in the community or at a job or with your own business or just a dream that you have in your soul and it's not even official yet? So this is where I'm at, and I have to share these 3 things that happened, okay? First and foremost, I've been thinking about, I shared that I decided media is the way for me to go. That's where I've been prepared. That's what I want to do. So last night I go to bed and I'm thinking, okay, I've got to figure this out. I'm just going to let it kind of simmer over the night. I wake up this morning and I happen to pull over. I don't really do my phone first thing in the morning. I like to have what I call a morning ritual. It's a morning habit of just me laying on the bed and I just get grounded. As a mom, you can kind of chuckle. We ground ourselves. Hooray. So I get grounded by just laying there in bed and just feeling my stomach just go right through the mattress. And I'm a praying woman and I'm spiritually based and I believe in God. So insert whatever it is for you, the universe, a higher power, if it's a divine essence, nature, whatever. But I feel that my connection to God is everything, and I start that way the day. And so I'm laying there and I'm trying to ground my stomach right through the mattress and just kind of connect, and I just lay there connecting with him. Now I have my kneeling prayer, my formal prayer, but because of respect for who he is, but I'm laying there and just kind of soaking in that feeling. And I think about my daughter who is in France and she is doing a job there. And so I get up and I go over and get my phone thinking that I'm just connecting with her. And you know how this is how it works. You have one thought and then it leads to another thought and then to another thought. And that's the thought that he also wants you to get to. So it's not that these ones don't matter. It's that it's all taking you to these train stations. So I get to this train station of, I love looking up different things, but I never have time to do it. With being a mother of 7, I literally do not have time to do it. And though I only have 4 at home now, I find myself just struggling to find time to do that. So it just was this natural thing of looking up this one gal. And I've known her stuff, I've seen her stuff, but just very little. And it's Marie Forleo. And even though I've recommended her stuff and things, I haven't really watched it. So I pull it up and there are 3 videos that are specifically for me. Things that she's learned from her last 256 episodes about making a video. These 3 things that are exactly the information that is on my brain about me doing my own YouTube TV show. I've started setting up the filming downstairs, but it's not finished. And I thought, I'm not gonna wait until I have it all finished. I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. And that's what she said. She said, don't wait, get started now. And so I'm getting this exact thing. Don't worry about it. Let yourself evolve. Don't worry about what exactly to call yourself or what exact niche you have. Just get your messages out there. This is exactly what I said to my assistant yesterday. Out of the mouth of 2 witnesses. A coincidence? I think not. So that was the first thing. I was giddy. I couldn't get enough. And then again, those feelings. Remember, watch out for those feelings. The negative feelings of the lack of motivation, the antipathy. I always say antipathy. Okay, so go ahead, fight me on it. Anyway, the lack of mojo, the confusion, the fog. The opposite is clarity, energy, burst, goodness. You want to help, you want to serve, you want to contribute, you want to get it out there, you want to do those very things that you've been wanting to do, but it's just been like walking through mud. This is exactly it. And she also talked about being silly, that her mom said, hey, do a little bit more of that. And other people wrote in and said, why are you doing silly, goofy things? I was so relating to this because last night I was thinking, oh, am I too energetic? Is it too much? Is it too strong? I can be this way with friends or with people I love, but what about this? Maybe I need to be more professional. Tweed coat, that kind of thing. No! I get to be me, and I will be able to relate and connect with and share messages that will help those who want that very kind of energy. And I am no longer apologizing for my energy. I am so tired of people saying, you're too high energy. Do you know what I meet? I meet people, hundreds and hundreds of people all the time that say to me, how can I get energy? I'm so tired all the time and I don't have that mojo. Not apologizing. So all of this came out of me listening and watching this Marie TV, and she does all the things I want to do, the podcast, the international, the helping, and she's a multi-passionate entrepreneur. I didn't know there was a name for what I feel and what I do. So Marie, Love you. Thank you for sharing your gift with the world. You sparked me continuing mine and feeling validated at this fork in the road to continue moving forward. So that was the first thing. The second thing that happened is out of the blue, a friend of mine texted and said, hey, do you want to go to lunch this week? And I looked at my schedule for today. This was yesterday. I looked at it for today, and I had this time in between a couple things that I'm doing and before this big meeting. And I said, yeah, let's do it. Then later on this morning, the thought came, that is too perfect, because this gal is someone who's been with me in my journey forever. Used to be a life coach for what I did, which used to be called Life Change, and then I changed it to Back to Basics. And she used to be a life coach for it, has been with me through this whole journey, believes in what I'm doing, and she is totally aesthetic. So when I did this big Interfaith Women's Conference, when we were thinking, who could we have someone that helps us with stage and how it looks and all of that and making it really beautiful for the women, that was her. It was Angela. So Angela Ingo, thank you so much. She texts me, and she's the one that out of the blue, we will text and think of one another. Haven't seen each other in a year, and we will text. So she texts to me, guess what it is that I'm needing? I'm needing someone who can help me with the set for my filming. And that's one of the places I'm stuck. So I sat back and went, are you kidding me? I have time in the morning, and she texts me and says, when can we get together? And then she texts back and said, yep, I can meet tomorrow morning, right before this meeting. She is the kind of person I can talk to, will help me kind of go through these changes that I'm feeling and be able to sit and support. Do you have someone that's like that? Do you have someone that you can run your ideas by? Not the kind that will say, oh yes, you look great, when you don't. Also not the kind when you don't look your best and you say, how do I look in this swimsuit? And she's like, girl, take that off. It hurts. It hurts. Not that kind of person. We're raw. We're vulnerable right now. You want someone kind of in the middle of the road. Someone who is going to tell you with kind candor how it is and what she thinks, so that you can sift and sort and be able to get to the next level that you're going. That's the kind of person that she is, and I am dying that she, out of the blue, was able to text me and say, can we get together? A coincidence? I think not. So that was the second thing that's happened. Oh, I'm loving this. And I got to tell you what happened after that awareness, that knowledge came to me, energy, joy, excitement. I've got goosebumps up and down my arm. I know that for whatever reason, this is the next step for me to take. This is not my ultimate destination. That doesn't mean there's not going to be detours and turns and things like that. In the past, I've made the mistake of saying, well, A plus B must equal C. No, no, no. Like it's just this simple formula for life. No, no, no. It's more like a calc equation, okay? And if I get the ability, I'll insert an actual calc equation that my daughter does in high school and that she did. Because it's more like that. It's to the cosine and on the square root of, and below you got it divided by. It's a whole bunch of going like this. And it's about enjoying the journey, about seeing what my friend calls post-it notes from God. And he puts them into your life, and you see a post-it note here and you see a post-it note there, and it keeps taking you where you need to and want to go. The third thing that I noticed this morning that hit me, I'm wearing orange. Yesterday I noticed I'm wearing this reddish orange. Today I'm wearing orange. When I am in my creative phase, I find myself going to the place of orange. When I'm growing, when I'm churning, when I'm doing, when I'm in the mix and the swirl of this whole growth thing, I'm often wearing and choosing orange. And that is why the color for what I do, the main primary color, is orange. It is a color of joy, of energy, of growth, of excitement, of creativity. That's what it is. And so today, heading into this meeting, I have a clearer view of who I am, what it is that I'm giving to the world, my messages, and how I can best do that is genuine and authentic for me and will resonate best with you. So feel free to share below any thoughts and comments, but here I go, so stay tuned.